Well, tough night. Certainly felt like we could have played better. I look at the game a lot of different ways. On one hand, we score 78 points. They should be good enough to win. We score 78 when we had a couple guys really struggle from the field. So 78 could have easily been a lot more than 78. I think defensively late in the game, especially the second half, I thought we got real spread out. They made some threes. I think that, the way they were running their high middle ball screen, we were so concerned with the size and length of the guy rolling down the basket through the middle of the lane that we left some shooters open. But they made every shot they needed to make. They made big shots. You got to give them credit for that. I thought Malik was terrific. Malik played really hard. Thought he rebounded extremely well. Played with, just played with a lot of competitive spirit. But our team needs to get better, and I think we can get better. But certainly it's frustrating because I don't think we've played our best basketball for 40 minutes yet here in the league. And we'll play it for spurts. You'll see glimpses. But certainly it's not there over a 40-minute period, and we've got to figure out how to do that.
Coach, you found yourself in all four of these losses in the ACC play right in at the end. You spoke on not having a full 40-minute game, but what do you think it is that's missing right now, Coach?
Well, I don't think it's one thing. I don't think there's one thing to fix. I think it's a matter of some of it's our offense, some of it's the shots we're taking, some of it's our defense, some of it's our defensive rebounding, some of it's our foul shooting. It's never one thing that you have to fix. It's a lot of things. So again, we just have to make sure we keep improving. I think sometimes when you've got a team that has a lot of inexperience, I think there are times throughout the games that they lose their way just a little bit, might lose their confidence just a little bit, and then we've got to get it back. And we've got to learn how to play at a high level all the time. And we're just not there right yet.
To be in these games, to be within a possession or two at the end, how do you look at that as a coach? Is it frustrating that you can't get over the top, or do you take confidence from the fact that you've been able to get in these games? How do you approach that mentally?
Honestly, Luke, probably a little of both, to be honest. I mean, I still look at our team, and, I've said this before. I've seen bad teams. We're not a bad team. We know that. I know that. I think most people that watch us play know that. But we're a team that needs to be better throughout the entire game. We have stretches where we're really good. We have stretches where we're not so good. And that's just part of a young group growing up. But you got to grow up at some point. We got to get there. We got to get over the hump. We've got to understand what it takes to win. So we're a team that can improve, I think, in a lot of areas. Yet at the same time, we're not far off. And I know that sounds like a broken record, but it is where we are.
Guys back to have Cat get two quick fouls like that and have him on the bench for as long as he was?
Well, here's what. Obviously, it hurts us. Cat's a big part of what we do. But throughout the game of basketball, things happen like that. And good teams overcome it. Good teams overcome whatever it may be, foul trouble, poor shooting. And so, we actually played okay, with Cat on the bench. We were okay. But that disrupts us, obviously, with him.
What did they do to really kind of disrupt him? Because it seemed like he really could never get in the flow of things offensively.
I don't know if it's one thing. I think a lot of teams now with ball screens are really, they're extending, the traps and the helps, and they're showing forever, and they're forcing him to give the ball up a lot more than they did early in the year. he has to learn how to adjust to that. I think he's doing a pretty good job at times where he's getting the ball out of his hands quicker. But, like tonight, you look at, Caleb, and he struggled. And I thought Cat got him the ball 2 or 3 times. I thought one of them was really a deep 3. But outside of that, out of his 10 threes, I thought 7 or 8 pretty good shots, and, that would have certainly changed things. I thought Cat did a good job of, finding him a number of times. So, again, we're just a team that's, got to get better in a lot of areas.
With Caleb, do you try to show him some of the stuff from the beginning of the season where he was kind of dialed in and playing well?
Well, I think we have. No, we have. I think with Caleb we have, you all different kind of approaches. What I want from Caleb is him to take really good high percentage shots. Now that doesn't mean every player that every shot they shoot is a great shot, although that's what you want because players have to play. For tonight, I thought a lot of them were okay. Like I said, one was too deep. And then he shot the floater, I thought, when the kid blocked it down there in the first half. But he had a lot of good looks. And for our team to be good, he and Maverick need to make open shots. Just that simple. I don't think we'll ever get to a place where you tell a guy like Caleb, don't ever shoot. I'm not one of those guys. Good shots, high percentage shots, he needs to step up, and he struggled tonight. Just had one of those nights where he really struggled.
How big of an issue is the depth of this team at this point in the season?
It is what it is. I mean, this ain't the NBA. I can't sign guys to 10-day contracts. I mean, we got who we got, and it is what it is. So, a number of teams around the country are a little bit short with injuries. It's not going to be something that we use as an excuse. It's not a crutch. It's part of life, and we got who we got, and we got to figure it out. That's the way I look at it, and that's the way our team's going to approach it.
The rebounding was pretty even, but they had 8 blocked shots.
Mm-hmm.
Did their size, you think, give State problems?
I think at times it did. I think probably on the flip side, what hurt us is we're trying to block too many. And, I bet you we attempted to block 15 shots. We blocked 2 at the rim, which opened up all kind of offensive rebounding for them. So we got to be smarter about when we're going to try to block a shot, We're going after everything around the rim, and we're leaving guys open for offensive rebound dunks. And that's another thing we have to get better at. So, but, yeah, their length bothered us a little bit, probably inside.